Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Romance of the Kingdoms 10 on the Mysterious JG. And we were going to load state. Well, it's my save state here. Now let's go ahead and just load state. And this time we're not going to watch the battle. We'll just let it happen on its own. We will have this option in future battles too. Generally, however, you are going to be able to make a very positive difference for your side if you engage in battle personally, and if you just leave it up to the RNG, you might find yourself losing battles that you think you should win. Certainly you're not going to pull off any upsets unless you go in there and personally take care of business. Anyway, Sun Tzu's army of Sun Tzu's troops, Sun Tzu's armies, blah 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 blah. Taishi Ci has been captured. See? It just happened. Let the computer do it and it happens. You go in there and try to do it yourself, and you have to get really lucky for that to actually happen. We have routed Liu Yang's troop. Lord Sun Tzu, you did it. And battle's just beginning. This place, blah blah blah. And now we have captured Taishi Ci as well. Where is he now? Right here. I'm Taishi Ci. Kill me. Make it quick. Don't be so hasty. Why don't we have a little talk first? I have nothing to say to you. I refuse to betray my lord. The same lord who didn't know how to use you properly and cause his own demise? Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Galgo 13. He has been unable to bring peace to the land. The people are calling for an end to the chaos. If you were to die here, who would that serve? Please join me and help me bring peace to the people. Allow me to think while JD gets a drink. You are right. If I can be of help to you in uniting the land, then please allow me to serve you. For dinner, haha. Excellent, I knew you'd understand. From now on, let us fight together as allies. Sorry. Actually, no. The end credits of that episode don't occur until after this event, which I cut out. Which is, please allow me to go and gather my men from Liu Yang's army. I shall persuade them to join us. I would appreciate that very much. Shall be waiting your return. Because this does happen too. Taishi Ci offers to go out and gather troops, and bring them to support Sun Tzu's cause. And then Sun Tzu's advisors are like, "What are you, nuts? He's never coming back. He's just telling you this so that you'll let him out, let him go." Because even though he undid him from this chains, he was still completely surrounded by guards and stuff. It's not like Taishi Ci really had the option of just wandering off. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, no problem. I'll go get some troops. It'll be great. And everyone's like, Sun Tzu, don't be a dumbass. And Sun Tzu's like, no, I trust him. He's an honorable warrior of like nobility and badass. Like Justice Code Superman, and he let Taishi Ci go, and Taishi Ci did come back, and he brought back troops with him because he was a man of his word, and because Sun Tzu trusted him, he gave Sun Tzu his loyalty for the rest of his life, and that was like his, totally badass Chinese noble Confucian warrior kind of sentiment. But it's going to play itself out in this game the same way. That Sun Tzu has like faith in Taishi Ci. But his advisors are all going to be like, you dumbass, what are you doing? My lord, Lu Bu's army has attacked and occupied Puyang while Master Cao Cao is away. When Cao Cao's away, Lu Bu will play. What? How could such a thing happen to Puyang? It seems that Master Chang Dong and Master Zhang Miao of Cao Cao's army defected to Lu Bu's army and turned over control of Puyang to him. So Cao Cao's army and Lu Bu's army are engaging in battle. Things are going to get pretty rough and yawn for a while. And now we begin the game proper. I don't know exactly what it's 6,000 deeds. So the little deeds bonus that I got from participating in the battle manually before disappeared. I traded it in to get the Taishi Ci event to play out properly, because I wanted to see that play out properly. Now, let's see. Oh. Did I turn off tutorials? I think I turned off tutorials. I didn't actually mean to turn off tutorials. enough of you guys to get a chance to see tutorials. Crap. Alright, hold on. Let's see. What can we do here? I meant to do tutorials just because it would be a real easy, simple way for me to show you guys the basics of the game. And tutorials are supposed to kick in when you enter a city for the first time and stuff like that. But I've got tutorials on, so... Oh, you know what? Probably are skipping the tutorial because I probably have already been to the council on this save state. Or maybe not. Alright, I'm getting confused. Now we've got a save state to play with, so let's just go someplace with some facilities that we don't have here. Go to Juchang. That's Chenliu. Juchang will certainly have some facilities that we don't have. Just want to check this shit out. Yeah, it's got a foot garrison. And nobody's going to explain to us what a foot garrison is. I thought tutorials were on. I don't really understand what's going on. This is annoying to me. I've already gotten off to a kind of a bad start here. Yeah, I don't really know what to do except end this video and then try to research this. So let's go back to our game and we are at the council screen. There's a whole list of commands. If we're a ruler, we can basically tell people what to do and assign them. But these are now, because we are a vassal, what we are going to do is suggest to Sun Tzu what we think we should do. We can suggest that we march to battle, in which case we'd have to choose a location to attack, and then we'd have to set up a troop with ourselves as the leader. Because of our rank, we can currently only lead one officer in the battle behind us, so we are suggesting that we, Zhou Yu, go along with Huang Gai, we take the entire force and attack this city. Sun Tzu's not going to go for that, so I'm not even going to suggest it. We can do the personnel commands, which are basically ones where you try to find officers and hire them. We can do tactics. I'll explain those as we go. Diplomacy I'll explain as we go. Military is mostly about recruiting troops or establishing new units. And then domestic is where you go out and you increase your farm, trade, tech, repair, and order stats. You can expand the city when its technology is at maximum. We'll get to that later. What I want to do is try to employ some of the officers that are hanging around in this city. I could go out and just start trying to hire them on my own, independently of Sun Tzu. I don't need Sun Tzu to tell me to do that. And I think it's because I've got the hero skill. I don't think any officer can go out and start hiring people, but Zhou Yu actually has a skill that will allow him to do it. But I won't get deeds. My fame will increase for every officer I hire, but I won't get deeds to my credit unless I'm doing it under orders from the ruler. And the thing about deeds is that you need to accumulate deeds to get promoted. And the faster I get promoted, the sooner I'll be able to run my own city, which is when I'll really start being able to make a difference. So let's try and hire an officer. Please allow me to employ Mistress Sun Shangjiang. Good idea, go ahead. No, don't exit the city. Now, you see, we've got these different facilities in the city. Those little symbols up there in the corner mean that there's people present. Yellow is generic. Green means someone who is a sworn brother of yours is present. Red means either a sworn enemy or someone who is the focus of your current orders. So we know that Shang Zhang is actually at the guardhouse because our current orders are to employ Sun Shangjiang. If I was just going around trying to hire people at random, it would be much more, because like, say I was trying to hire Jia Qiao, I wouldn't know if she's at the farmland or the gate, or the tavern, or the barracks. Any place with a yellow symbol could be where she is. And every time you visit a facility, a day goes by. You can see it is the 11th of April in 194. We lose a day every time we go into a facility. So we want to be careful about that. Here's Mr. Sun Shangjiang. My name is Zhou Yu. I am very glad to meet you.
Oh, so you're Master Zhou Yu I've heard about. I'm glad to meet you. My name is Sun Shangjiang.
Information. See, she's got really good stats. Daughter of Sun Jian, the Tiger of Jiangdong, a warrior whose name alone inspired fear and awe, served no one, committing herself only to martial training while living in Jianye. See if we can't change that. Let's try to hire her. Your ability has always impressed me. Will you aid us in our endeavors?
I have no intention of serving you. Leave me be.
You have failed to employ Sun Shangjiang. Crap. Alright, what are we going to do about that? Well, while we're here, we can talk to everybody else, because you lose a day when you go to a facility, and you lose a day if you engage in order. Order is the special command that you can put in at the gate. You lose a day if you observe. But interacting with officers, once you've entered the facility, you can talk to as many officers as are there, and you don't lose any additional time. Talking to officers increases your relationship with them, and having a high relationship with officers is never a bad thing. So, for example, if I wanted to try to hire Zhang Ying later, I'd want to build up a rapport with them first. That's the reason we couldn't hire Shang Zhang. You can sometimes get them to join you without even talking to them and becoming friends with them first. As a general rule, you do want to build up your rapport with them. So, attempting to hire Shang Zhang without even talking to her first, probably a mistake, but I figured I'd show it to you. Now let's chat with Zhang Ying. My name is Zhou Yu. I am very glad to meet you.
So you're the Master Zhou Yu I've heard about. My name is Zhang Ying.
Find out about this guy. This is my way of seeing whether it's a created officer or not, because I don't remember all the real officers, and some of the created officers have Chinese names. Served Qiu Yong, the protector of Yang. When Sun Tzu's forces invaded, he boasted he would defend the Niu Zhu with only a single squad of troops, but was defeated. He was later killed by Chen Wu at Moling. And you see, he's got a, leader and war stats that aren't horrible, because he was a military commander. So even the defeated military commanders tend to have, decent leader and war stats. And he kind of sucks at everything else. No, I don't think I have anything to do about talking to you. And that's a problem. Sometimes, we will not have a zero relationship with him because he now just knows who we are. But yeah, sometimes they just really don't want to talk to you and you can't really increase your relationship with them. Sun Yu, I'd expect to see you, your Master Zhou Yu. This is the second son of Sun Jing and the younger cousin of Sun Quan, older cousin in actual history. Okay. When Zhou Yu attacked Jing under the pretext of invading Shu, Sun Yu was ordered by Sun Quan to merge his army with Zhou Yu's. So we're like, I don't know if we're friends. He might have been forced to work for me. I know a few things about voodoo, you see.
Voodoo be different than man, you see.
Chang Pu. What brings you here? Chang Pu is like one of those guys who's kind of right on the cusp of becoming a Dynasty Warriors character, but never quite makes it. Officer of Wu, fought with a pike called Iron Serpent, a veteran soldier who served 3 generations of the Sun family. At the Battle of Zhibi, he served directly under Viceroy Zhou Yu as second in command, defeated Cao Cao's army at Jiangyang. Jiang something. Sorry, I'd rather not waste my time talking to you, but we're buddies!
Didn't expect to see you here, Zhou Yu.
Officer of Wu, a veteran of Sun Jian's force since their inception, master of the Iron Whip and the Muscle Buster, brutally beaten by Zhou Yu as part of a scheme to feign defection to Cao Cao, after which he lit the fires that led to Wu's victory at Zhibi. Yep. Nobody wants to talk to me, not even Hamdinger is probably going to want to talk to me. He served the Sun force for 3 generations, blah blah blah. Basically, anybody who started out working for Sun Jin tended to serve for 3 generations, because Sun Tzu didn't live very long. I think Sun Quan is considered a 3rd generation, even though he's not the grandson of Sun Jin. But anyway, he fought many battles, including the attack on Yang, the Battle of Chibi, the subjugation of Quan Yu, and the Battle of Yiling, commanded one wing of the Wu Navy. Hamdingers. Ah, he's going to tell me some stuff about Hainai, and he's become my friend. That's better than I could get out of frickin' Shangjang, bitch.
Hello, Master Zhou Yu. Nice weather today, isn't it? Told you I'm not joining you. I'd be very interested to hear your opinion on current affairs.
You mean that TV show from the 80s? Or 90s? Sure. Now where should we begin? Zhou Yu and Sun Chang got to know at least a little more about each other.
I must go. Goodbye. You're creeping me out.
I look forward to next time. And they've become acquainted. Now we can talk to Lian Shi. My name is Zhou Yu. I'm very glad to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. I am Lian Shi.
I just have this idea that Lian Shi is dumb because she has big boobs. I'm sorry. Officer during late Han. A celebrity. His virtue was respected by all. Like George Clooney. Served no one. It was greater calling while greater. Served no one and no greater calling while living in Jianye. That is a classic. Mistress Lian Shi, will you lend your talents in my lord's cause?
There's no reason for me to change sides now.
Yeah, and okay. But that's a classic example of a created officer's thing. Served during late Han, honorable and of high moral integrity, served no one, while committing herself only to intellectual studies while living in Jianye.
No, I don't think I have anything to gain by talking to you.
I'm gonna get married to your sister later. Hey, where's your sister? I'll check her out. She seems pretty hot.
Didn't expect to see you here, Master Zhou Yu. Nope.
Oh, I'm Zhou Yu. I'm glad to meet you. I'm not that glad to meet you. You just defeated my army and kicked me out of the city. Protector of Yangzhou in late Han. Employed his neighbor, the distinguished officer Taishi Ci, but failed to use him effectively. Beaten and attacked by Sun Tzu, but escaped safely to Xinjiang. So these are basically officers who used to work for the guy that we just took out to take over the city. She's starting to piss me off.
I know a few things about Lian Shi. For example, you know it's been taken over by Grimmeth and a whole bunch of officers with 100 war.
And now we've become friends with Shangjang. And this is what, for me, 90% of this game is. Clicking through the dialogue buttons to talk to everyone and increase your friendship level with them.
Oh, what's your deal?
Your ability has always impressed me.
Give me a while to think it over. It takes me a long time to think things over. I'm not that smart.
Well, now she trusts us. She trusts us enough to actually come work for her brother. Mr. Sun Shangjang, will you try your strength and service to my lord?
I'm surprised to hear you ask that question, because I haven't been paying attention.
And this is already just kind of not going that well. Because I think that at this point, Lian Shi and the Kiao sisters are probably already gone. Well, no, there's two of them. Jia Kiao seems to have disappeared a long time ago, though.
Oh, Master Zhou Yu. It's so nice to see you. Hi, I didn't expect to talk to you. Hi, I'm really not interested to talk to you either.
Oh no, they actually said stuff. I should have read it. Yeah, so... okay.
Sorry, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, that's what she told Liu Bei. Taishi Ci should be coming back about now.
Do you really think Taishi Ci will be back? He may have just fled.
Taishi Ci will be back, old man. Shut your mouth. My lord, Taishi Ci has returned with a large number of troops.
I have returned.
Intaro adu. Not at all. I am very impressed with your results. I knew I could count on you. Oh, and they kiss. Okay, Shangjang has not left the city. And that's the other thing. Officers will leave the city and start wandering around on the map. And that'll really piss you off if you're trying to hire somebody for a long time.
Hello, Master Zhou Yu. Nice weather today, isn't it? I'd be very interested to hear your opinion on current affairs.
Sure. Now, where shall we begin? Zhou Yu and Shangjang chatted for a while.
I would like to have more... I would Like to have more time like this soon.
Well, we didn't chat for very long. Are you sure you don't want to...
Gotta go.
But they became close, so that's nice. I should be able to hire her now.
What brings you here, Master Zhou?
Because we're now like, you know, she'd take a bullet for me at this point. It's like, it doesn't matter how dangerous the monster is we're searching for. We have entertained the villagers here to the maximum level of friendship. She's got to join us. Like at this point, we can instruct her to increase her like intelligence, war, whatever. We can also learn skills and stuff from her. I'll get into explaining this later. I don't plan to spend a lot of time trying to improve Zhou Yu's stats, because his stats are already really good. And you can spend a lot of time trying to get small incremental improvements in them. But our force is needed for leaders such as you who aid us.
I have been looking for someone to serve. It seems I found the right person.
What do you mean you've been looking? I'm working for the loser who used to run this city. I know I can rely on you. This will be great news to Sun Tzu that I finally got his little sister to side with him. Time to give my report. Zhou Yu, I've been waiting for you. How went your duty? I succeeded in my orders to employ Sun Shangjiang, a really talented individual. Fantastic. This work is true to your reputation. And I got deeds. Will I take on another duty? Yes. I do not want to take on any of these duties, Sun Tzu. I want to employ more people, so I will not take any action. I apologize, but I'm not capable of performing those tasks. I want to tell you what task I want to do. I want to hire... Da Qiao's left the city. Let's hire... Ooh, Vulture Bobo! Grimmeth! What are you doing? Oh man, that would be a coup. What if I could hire Vulture Bobo away from She Grimmeth? I better stick with getting these officers who are right here in the city. But if Grimmeth continues to not be able to make his officers actually loyal to him at all, then that would be one way to like shoot him in the foot before he can get off the ground. But anyway, I feel like I gotta try to hire my own wife. So let's try and do that. Please allow me to employ Mr. Jia Qiao. Now is not the proper time. What? What about Da Qiao? Make it so. It's like, I don't want your idiot wife. However, Da Qiao sounds like a good idea. She's in Nanhai, so we'll have to leave the city. Leave the city. So, now we're on this screen. This can actually be rather confusing, how to maneuver around on this screen. But basically we can figure out how to get to Nanhai by getting on the map here, and then it should be one of the nearby cities. I don't think Jia Qiao or Da Qiao went that far. Did she want to go all the way up to like Liu Bei land up here? No. Where the hell did you go, Jia Qiao? Or Da Qiao? And why wouldn't it let me hire Jia Qiao? Well, no, I could hire Jia Qiao. Well, let me show you why that would be frustrating. Oh, maybe she's on the map here. Yeah, there she is, right there.
Chase you down. No escape.
Hello, Master Zhou Yu. Please let me live.
I could attack her. You're allowed to attack. Oh, I just want to see what this does. I'm not actually going to go with this, of course. Of course, dear America, of course. But I'm curious to what would happen. Attack Da Qiao.
What do you think you're doing? Do you realize who I am?
I'm sorry to do this to you, but I'm in a real bad mood today.
Don't be so sure you're going to be the one left standing.
My fame is decreased by 100. Will I view the duel? Yes. Let's just attack Da Qiao. For no reason. She's got a war score of 15, but she knows the Maul ability. What, have you suddenly lost your nerve?
I'm a small girl with fans, you morons! What are you doing? Not yet.
Alright, I won! I beat up a girl! Victory! And my fame rightly decreased for that. Well, it's risen by 1 for winning the battle. Went down by 100 as a punishment for picking on somebody. And my friendship level with Dakiao has increased. I refuse to lose my life here. And just apparently retreats. And I'm like, seriously? Your fame shouldn't go down for that. There's no such thing as an infamy score in this game.
No, I don't think I have anything about talking to you.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter. I think I was trying to chase you down. Where did she go down here? Ah, that's where she went. So yeah, we're just going to chase down officers and try to hire them before I show you anything else in the game, because I really want to get these... Mistress Dakiao isn't here. Well, these things happen. What do you mean she's not here? Failed to employ Dakiao? Oh, bullshit. So somehow I failed. Like, I went to the city she was in, and it just tells me she's not here. And I already had a failure, like, up in the status. So it was like, my Lord Tao Qian of Jiapi has succumbed to illness. It appears Liu Bei's army have taken over Tao Quan's army. I see, Cao Cao's army was at war with Tao Qian's army. I wonder how they will deal with Liu Bei's army. Zhou Yu have been waiting for you. How went your duty? I failed to employ SP3. I failed to employ SP3.ps name. Is that so? I don't understand what you just said, Zhou Yu, but thank you. I got +10 for trying. Yay! I tried to help you. Fucking game, what the hell? And now Dakiao and... Well, Lian Shi is still around. This has actually gone very poorly. The Qiao sisters have basically slipped from my grasp because he wouldn't let me hire Dakiao. Instead, I tried to chase down Dakiao, who just vanished in the mist. Now it's like, you know, fuck you, Sensei. He doesn't want me to hire her, but I'm like, no. I'm gonna hire her whether you want me to or not. Here's one of the, Oh, what brings you here, Lord Zhou Yu? There's like certain immortal characters, or they're just like wandering sages, and this is one of them. You can't hire them into your force, you just talk to them, and occasionally they'll teach you skills. A person's desires and virtues are as clear as the lines on his face. Is that so? Here's Lian Shi.
Well, what brings you here, Lord Zhou Yu? Let's make time for a good detailed discussion.
Alright, let's chat then. Zhou Yu and Lian Shi still felt a little uncomfortable while talking to each other.
Let's talk again.
Please excuse me. Become acquainted. You guys, I'm just going to talk to you as fast as I can. So I need to end this video, and then I need to think about why I can't see the tutorials and what I feel like doing about that. Here's Faneng. Oh, so you're the Master Zhou you have heard about. I'm glad to meet you. My name is Faneng. Protector of Yang under Liu Yao attacked Sun Tzu for capturing his ally Gan Mi, but Sun Tzu's thunderous voice knocked him from his horse, causing him to split open his head and die. Wow. He yelled at you and you got scared to death? Sounds like someone we want for our force. Yeah, he doesn't want to work for us. Hey there, Master Zhou Yu. Oh, here's the younger brother of the wife of Sun Jin. Fought under Sun Jin in many battles. Turned to Yuan Shu after Sun Jin's death, but after Sun Tzu beat Liu Yao and Yuan Shu assumed the title of emperor, he joined Sun Tzu's army. Here's somebody we should probably be able to get to join us then, because he actually probably has warm feelings towards Wu. Yes, we've hired him, because we weren't told to do it. All we're going to get out of his fame. He'll join our force. He'll be another officer working for us, which is good, but he won't increase our deeds any. Here's Zhang Jiao. He didn't expect to see us here. Mr. Sun Quan, a strategist known as one of the two Zhangs, employed at the recommendation of Zhou Yu. Sun Tzu's dying words were rely on Zhang Jiao for all domestic affairs. Let's chat with him. You can't just fight with everyone all the time. Sometimes it's best to work things out through diplomacy. Isolating oneself from other forces is a surefire path to one's own destruction. Yay, we kept a strained conversation going. It was a wonderful way to pass the time. I stalked everybody else at maximum speed. Oh, I drunk with Huang Gai. What would my life possibly be like without wine?
It's been a long time since I've had this much fun drinking.
And we've become trusted friends. Meanwhile, Lian Shi is in danger of slipping away. Go on, Lian Shi. Hey, Zhuge! Served the Sun family for 3 generations. He advised Sun Tzu to borrow troops to Lian Shi. He later became the prefect of Wu territory and served as a warden during the Battle of Chirbi. And we're going to talk to him really fast. One's heart is expressed in his countenance. Yeah, okay. We come much closer. My name is Zhou Yu. I'm very glad to meet you. So you're the Master Zhou Yu I've heard so much about lately. It starts to piss me off. Let's go to the officer menu. See if we can't find where Lian Shi went. She is in Jianye. Okay, so she hasn't left the city. At least can't find her. And like I said, this is why it's somewhat easier to hire people if you can actually get assigned to do it, because you can tell where they are. Sorry, I'm a little busy at the moment. I'm trying to find Lian Shi to hire her to become one of the wandering sages. Hey, Zhuge. George Zhou Yu. Words can be deceptive, but one's face always gives away the truth. Yeah, great. Where the hell did you go, Lian Shi? Minister of Wu was the staff officer of Yuan Shu's, but gave up and joined Sun Tzu instead. Acted as an envoy to Liu Bei in the arrangement with Liu Bei's wedding is Sun Quan's younger sister. Who would that be? Damn you, Lian Shi. Claimed to be in Jianye, but I am beginning not to trust this. Can't trust it. I'm wasting a lot of time here, too. I really should be talking to people as long as I spend a day going in to see them, but... Wait a minute. Lian Shi? You're already in Sun Tzu's force. Somebody else hired you. Damn it. No wonder. I'll try to hire Da Kiao again. Oh, what a horrible video this has been. Alright, folks. That is an example of why I'm not good at this game. I spent a lot of time and energy chasing down a woman who apparently had already been hired into our force. I'm going to sort of try and figure out why I can't get the... tutorials to play. And once I figure that out, we'll go ahead and jump back in. But anyway, this is Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video in which we wandered around for half an hour talking to a lot of people. We were able to eventually hire Shang Jiang, but the Kiao sisters have slipped through our grasp. So it's like, I can't get my wife or Sun Tzu's wife to join me, but eventually I was able to convince Sun Tzu's sister to join him. At this rate, we'll be ruling China in no time. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.